All right, welcome back, kids. It's Wednesday evening. We're going to do a max effort day. I know we do max effort days Wednesday morning, but Tuesday evening I went on a business trip, so I missed Tuesday evening's workout, Wednesday morning's workout. So it's about 5:30 Wednesday evening. We are doing max effort day on side pressure, which, to be honest, most of you are only interested in the side pressure max days anyway. Just a nylon arm wrestling strap. That's Travis Bagent. I call that the Travis Bagent style. You attend a Travis Bagent seminar. He talks about training with his fists closed. Travis is not an advocate of the fat grips. He doesn't want anything in his hand. He talks about making a closed fist and firing back. Travis talks about not doing side pressure peg to peg because it hurts his elbow. And it does when you're training. But when you train your side pressure and it can apply it, it now hurts the other guy's elbow. So when you do what others won't, it allows you to do what others can't. So I've warmed up. I kind of know where the max side pressure is. I'm not going to spoil it now, but in my I always do the warm up before I turn the camera on, or else you guys are sitting there watching me for like 25 minutes, drink coffee, and then do a rep. We're at 50 pounds right now. And it's just a straight. So we're starting at a dead stop, neutral. I'm going to count a rep if I can get my hand below the top of the peg. Right? The pin pad's somewhere in here. If it's above the peg before I stop, we won't count. We'll count that as a fail. £60. This tiny strap with your fist closed hits the elbow on the inside, the side pressure, way worse than the wrist wrench, way worse than the multi-spinner. I wasn't even doing these until I took the Travis seminar in Martinsburg, West Virginia. And he said that, so I came home and tried it. And now I put this stuff into the rotation just because it's amazing how focused it is into your elbow. Way more focused than the wrist wrench is. And it hits my ability to, whatever the muscles are that pronate your hand, it hits it way worse than even like the multi-spinner, which involves cupping. This is just pure pronation. $70. I know where I kind of want to land tonight because I haven't actually. If I've done this before, I don't really remember. I think I kind of got an idea where it should be, but I'm not telling you because I'm completely out of my training program now. It's late. I drove 6 hours today from Louisville. I went to a trade show, left the trade show around lunchtime, and then drove 6 hours. So I'm kind of beat up just from driving. Now I'm going to count it as a rep if I get below the peg. It would be sweet if I got it below the peg like that, but if my hand gets below the peg, even if it's flopped back, I still count it because they give you the win whether you have hand position or not. Like Jerry Caderet doesn't worry about his hand position. He worries about pinning you. So this is where this is where the left goes into the little sprocket. We're going to move up to 80 on the right and 75 on the left, because I don't think my left can do 80 pounds. So I'm going to go back to 70 on the pin stack and hang a 5-pound weight on top of it. Before I turned the camera on, I got 80, like 80 went from like 12 o'clock to 12:30. I couldn't move it past 12:30. Well, this is 1 o'clock, 12. Yeah, right, 12:30. Now you'll see my hand completely surrender on this. Bark, bark, bark. That hits that elbow, man. Anyways. I thought the PR on the left was going to be somewhere between 75 and 80. But we'll see. You'll learn this from time to time. Dropping a weight, waiting some minutes, you can usually pick it back up again. If I get 80 or maybe 82 and a half on the left, I'm stopping. I'd rather, it's about progression, not perfection, and I don't want to, this will sound weird, I don't want to push it too hard. That just gets so weird. You can feel the weight not wanting to move, but you can't feel in your body what's letting go. I mean, it's not like you can adjust your shoulder or something. I think I'm going to end up maxing out almost King's move style. I almost want to like straighten my arm to get it. I mean, I think it's so hand dependent that I don't feel a lot of stress except for the elbow and the arms. I think this is just flat out my hand preventing me from lifting more. All right, we're going to try 80 on the left. Like I said earlier, I moved the pin stack maybe 25, maybe 30 millimeters. I know I said millimeters. And pounds. I know I'm mixing my units. Based on that and with enough rest, I think I could probably max out left 85, 87 and a half. If I get 82 and a half, I'm going to stop. If I drop at 82 and a half, I'm going to stop at 80. Because this movement is so new to me, I feel all kinds of things like realigning and readjusting in there. We're going to try 100 on the left and 80, no, we're going to try 100 on the right, 82 and a half on the left. I want to get a good, decent, solid number on the right, and then I want to beat it convincingly in 6 or 7 weeks from now. Convincingly would be 2.5 to 5 pounds out of 100. But I do have railroad spikes down here that weigh 3/4 of a pound. So sometimes I'll duct tape a railroad spike onto a barbell or onto my pin stack just so you never tie your own record. If it comes down to where you can't hit a substantial max, I will put a railroad spike on there just so I can get something. So it's like 12 ounces. That is a definitive that is a definitive fail at 100 pounds. To be honest, 100 pounds was my goal. I really thought I could hit I thought I could hit 100 from 90 based on earlier, but I'm telling you, it just feels like my hand is going to like completely disconnect off my elbow hurts. Nothing in my arm, shoulders, none of the muscles feeling good. It just feels like my hand is going to pop off, like how we used to, well, I don't know if we all did, but how we used to dismember our action figures as kids. I know, dismembering action figures as a kid is a sign for future serial killer status. Or arm wrestling YouTube mogul. Where's my 2.5 pound plate? 2.5 pounds. Pin stack at 80 plus 2.5. Whew. You guys keep me honest. If you see my starting form starting to change, flame me in the comment. Craig Andy Davis is supposed to be here filming and keeping me honest. I think he's out mowing his grass trying to get the line straight. Last time I went to his house, the lines were all curvy and stuff, made me dizzy. I almost drove into his pond. Alright. I think based on that, if I didn't spend so much time at the lower weights and get tired, I think I can do 87.5 next time. So I'm putting that in my book. So I'm putting the PR at 82.5, and I'm putting the NA next attempt at 87.5. Now we dropped 100. We're going to drop down to 95. Hopefully that comes up fairly quick. Then we're going to go back to 100. So I can put the 2.5 away. So I'm not doing 97.5 no matter what. Telling you, that's boing, boing, boing. That elbow stumping, man. I'm gonna do we got another video coming up that explains how we set up max day, how we count reps, how we do all that. That's coming soon, so just bear with us. 95, 95, 95. Feeling rich, feeling poor, feeling nothing more. We're going to 100. She's on a self-destructive roller coaster fireball. Cut out her tongue, don't believe a word she says. She's on the hunt. Cooking misery. We'll do a full on. I'm just killing some time right now. But we believe max effort day starts zero load, okay? Whether you started at zero load at a negative or even a slightly positive position, we always started at a zero load for two things. That forces you to accelerate the weight. It provides a consistent starting point. The coefficient of friction between something stationary or moving is called the static coefficient of friction or the kinetic coefficient of friction. The kinetic coefficient of friction is always less than the static. So by starting at a dead stop, it forces you to apply more force than had you. I see a lot of people max effort their stuff by loading it down here, locking their body, and then coming up and then moving again. We don't do that. Our max effort days are closer. That would be like a max effort on a squat, grabbing the bar down, up. Our max effort days are more like deadlifting. Deadlifting just builds that brute, freaking mental toughness. Max effort day should be brute mental toughness. So we start at zero load when we start to lift, and it forces you to load up, load up, load up, and then pop, because you got to get that weight moving. As we explained in our speed day video, bands have a give to them. You can hit into a band and get something moving before the weight comes up. But this dead weight is just, it's brutal, man. So it gets right into those tendons. Eat fast. Which is what we're here to training. All right. Whew. 100 pounds. Travis Bagent style side pressure. Travis Bagent does not train side pressure. But Travis Bagent trains closed fist. The strap's slippery too. She's on the hot, cooking misery. I am noticing when the weights are heavier, start with my shoulder in front of my hand. Where when the weights was light, I could start with my shoulder behind my hand. But the hand's in the same position. I'm going to count that. You folks watching at home, I'm going to put that down as 1 with a question mark until I actually see it. I think I saw my hand go below here, but I'll be honest, I don't know. All right. Drop back to, we always finish up with, I always do straight up hand work after this because my hand is the weak point in my chain on all these max effort days. I've seen some people, me. I've seen some people, top rollers a lot of time, where their shoulders will be their weak point. So you'll see where their hand is rock steady, but they can't move the weight because their shoulder drops. But I can usually bend my hand and get the weight moving. 3, 4, cooking misery. Can't I feel? I'm gonna do 40 pounds. Oh, shoot. I was gonna take the camera and show you that the pin was actually at 100 pounds when I did it. Y'all just gonna have to trust me. It's not like 100 pounds is like a huge amount of weight. I'll get better next time about showing the weights and showing the weights moving. Sorry about that. But just trust me. If I was gonna lie, I wouldn't be able to lie very long, because if my PR started going up and I started at a lie, eventually someone will be here and ask me to verify it, and I won't be able to move it. So if anything, I'm gonna lie about my weights on the low end, not the high end. I gotta tell you, man, I think this is gonna be one of my new favorite exercises. I've been training for a long time, and I feel like I'm getting like beginner pains with this thing. That's gotta be good for adaptation. Do 50 pounds. So innocent was the days, the taste of sweet memories. I can do 10 at 40. I don't think I can do 1 at 50. All right. Wow. We're going back to 40 on the left. Self-destructive roller coaster fireball. That's a pretty steep drop off if you think about it. 40 pounds, I can do 10 reps, and at 50 pounds, I can't do 1. So innocent was the days. Pretty asymmetric, huh? Whew. So innocent was the days, the taste of sweet memories. Yeah. Snake's looking over me. She's on the one. Cooking misery. 40. That's it. Boy, when you run out of gas, you run out of gas. Holy smokes. Dropping back to 30 pounds. I'm just going to do this for 4 more sets. If you're not going to watch the video, please just walk away and let it play to the end. That way, the video, YouTube thinks you watched it to the end, and YouTube thinks you watched all the commercials. Even if you actually didn't, it'll just be our little secret. Oh, lordy, lordy. That, wow, that hurts that hand. That arm, that, wow. Well, it's got to be good for you, right? If 30 pounds feels like 300, your body's got to be adapting to something. Holy smokes, that hurt. Feeling rich, feeling poor, feeling nothing more. Self-destructive roller coaster fireball. Cut her tongue, don't believe a word she says. She's on the hunt, cooking misery. Man, I wonder if my left elbow is better than my right elbow. It's just that my left hand is so much weaker than my right hand. Huh. That's things to contemplate. Jeez, that hurts. Feeling poor, feeling nothing more. So was the days of good man, I should like tell jokes or something at the end to ensure people watch all the way to the end. I'll start having a quiz feature where we ask a question at the front of the video and reveal the answer at the end. I'll start thinking about that. You guys, tell you what, you guys have been such a big help. Any suggestions to get people to watch the videos to the end? Put them in the comments, please. I would appreciate all of that. Alright, whew. Feels so much better till that stuff's done. But 82.5 on the left, 100, more or less on the right. I think it's legit. It might not be. I'm gonna put a 100 asterisk, and we'll see you later. You people at home, man, subscribe. Even if you don't actually like the channel, just subscribe. You too, Grandma. Bye-bye.